Julie Chrisley details being nervous and scared behind bars to her daughter Savannah. During her most recent visit with her mother Julie Chrisley, Savannah revealed that her mother sent her home with 30 or 40 letters that she had written. She explains that her mother journals every single day. In these journals, she shares everything that is on her mind and she details everything she did that day. Instead of mailing these letters to Savannah Chrisley, Julie just gives her lumps of them every time she comes to visit. Savannah Chrisley promised she plans to find a way to put the letters out there for Chrisley Knows Best fans to read at some point in time. On her podcast this week, Savannah went into pretty great detail about the letters. Paraphrasing some of what was in them, she admitted that there were some portions that were hard for her to read as it was a lot to take in. Julie Chrisley details being scared and nervous behind bars. Savannah Chrisley admits it's heartbreaking to read her mother detailing things she's scared of or nervous about during her time behind bars. She, however, admires her mother because of how strong she's trying to be given her situation. Savannah proceeds to explain that her mother is the type of person that enters a room, sees something that needs to be done, and immediately goes to take care of business. For now, she explains that her mother has been doing anything she can to keep busy and move the days along faster. Moreover, she adds that Julie Chrisley is also doing what she can to focus on her health as well, both mental and physical. Savannah Chrisley does clarify that she doesn't want anyone to take anything she's saying to mean that things are glamorous or easy for her mother because they are not. She reiterated that her mother and father are in federal prison right now. And, they are just trying to find a way to accept their new normal. Heartbreakingly, her mother continues to think of others. During her time behind bars, Julie Chrisley constantly writes to Savannah about how much she misses her husband Todd. Savannah explains that her parents have been together for over 3 decades and they now have gone 4 months without seeing or speaking to each other. Unfortunately, it is unlikely the couple will be able to see or speak to each other until Julie's sentence ends or an appeal results in the couple having to go back to court. What do you think of Savannah detailing Julie Chrisley's heartbreaking letters? Let us know in the comments down below. And, keep coming back for more Chrisley news. Julie Chrisley, the beloved matriarch of the Chrisley family, has always been the epitome of grace, poise, and strength. Her reality TV persona, cemented through years of witty exchanges, heartfelt family moments, and unwavering support for her husband Todd and their children, painted her as an indomitable figure. But as she sits behind the cold, concrete walls of a federal prison, Julie's life has taken a shocking turn, one that she never imagined. The sentence handed down to Julie and her husband for fraud and tax evasion charges sent shockwaves through their fanbase and the entertainment industry. But what the cameras don't capture is the emotional and mental toll prison life has taken on Julie. For the first time, the woman who had everything is revealing the truth about the fear, uncertainty, and loneliness that accompany life behind bars. The first day, a cold reality sets in. Julie vividly recalls the moment she stepped into the prison for the first time. The gates clanged shut behind her, and the sound echoed in her ears like a final goodbye to the life she once knew. I felt an overwhelming sense of dread wash over me. Used to the luxury of her multi-million-dollar mansion, the stark contrast of prison life hit her hard. The concrete floors, metal bars, and lack of privacy created a suffocating environment. It's the little things you don't think about, she said softly. Like how the bed feels, how you're always being watched, how even a hot shower becomes a rare privilege. You lose yourself in the system. Fear of the unknown. Julie admitted that she was terrified of what awaited her in the coming weeks and months. Prison was an alien world, filled with rules and hierarchies that were impossible for her to navigate alone. You hear stories before you get here, about what life is like behind bars, she shared. But nothing can prepare you for the reality. It's the fear of the unknown that gets to you. Julie found herself constantly questioning whether she could handle the pressure. The nervousness she felt didn't dissipate after a few days, but instead grew stronger as she learned the routines and expectations inside the facility. I was scared of making a mistake, of not knowing how things worked. I didn't want to attract attention, but I also didn't want to seem weak. It's a balancing act, and it's exhausting. Her sleep became fitful, haunted by nightmares of what might happen next. Every night, I lay there wondering what my family is doing, whether they're okay. I'd picture Todd at home, Savannah taking on too much responsibility, and Chase trying to hold things together. The guilt of not being there for them, it's unbearable. A shift in perspective. As the days turned into weeks, Julie's fear didn't completely vanish, but something else started to take root, a shift in perspective. At first, I thought prison was about punishment, she explained. And in many ways, it is. But it's also a lesson in humility. You learn very quickly that you're not special here, no matter who you are outside. Julie realized that her celebrity status meant nothing behind bars. Instead, she found herself relying on her strength of character and the relationships she formed with fellow inmates. I've met women in here who've been through so much, and their resilience is inspiring. We talk, we share our stories, and it's those moments of connection that keep me going. The Chrisley matriarch quickly became known for her compassionate nature, often offering words of encouragement to those struggling around her. You're forced to confront your mistakes here, she admitted. And in doing so, you also see the humanity in others. We all have regrets, we've all made bad decisions, but we're still people deserving of kindness. Finding strength in family. Throughout her ordeal, Julie has drawn strength from the unwavering support of her family. Todd, though also facing his own legal challenges, remains her rock. Todd and I talk as much as we can, she said. Hearing his voice keeps me grounded. We remind each other that this is just a chapter in our story, not the end. Savannah Chrisley, the couple's outspoken daughter, has taken on the role of family spokesperson, frequently sharing updates about her parents' situation. I couldn't be prouder of Savannah, Julie beamed. She's strong, so much stronger than I ever gave her credit for. She's fighting for us every day, and that gives me hope. Julie also receives letters and messages of support from fans around the world, reminding her that she is not alone. It's overwhelming, really, she said tearfully. To know that people still care, that they're rooting for me. It makes me want to come out of this stronger, for them, for my family, for myself.